Good morning, folks. I'm back on this one today. Just going to tie him up and finish him off. First job is to install this spreader bar. It goes across the back of the base to stop it collapsing in like it is. So the base, as pointed out before, should be sitting on the lower part of this bush. Obviously it's collapsed in because this bar's been missing for who knows how long. And it must be a common thing for them to snap off and go missing, because all of my other ones except for one it was missing on. So I'm going to look into making some of these and permanently attaching them to the frame. First things first, we'll get these back wheels off and probably put him on his side. Like it when Masport bolts the back wheels on. Some of them have those dicky little clips hidden down in the middle of the wheel. So much simpler. Give these a bit of lube before we put them back together, eh? Alright, so these two rivets are where they've the old bar's snapped off. Just gonna try and hold this end. Up. One. This one's not loose yet. You want to be bloody careful not to drill yourself. Two. Alright, get this other back wheel off and do the other side. Righto. So I've popped the axle clip off, flexed him back up, sitting where it needs to. Won't put the clip back on just yet. He's here. Buggering, he can go on now. Like so. Now the water end goes to the bottom. So. Why won't you go in there, buddy? It's not quite open enough. Now I've stuffed up. When I was at the hardware store, I got bloody stainless steel rivets, so these will be interesting. Used them before and they're a prick of a thing to get to pop, but we'll see. Crap. Alright. At least it won't corrode away, I suppose. It's just going to snap off there again. Yeehaw. Yeah, wash, rinse and repeat on the other side. Righto. Now that's back done. When you're putting those bolts on for the Masport wheels, you don't want to over tighten them because they also act as adjustment for your bearings. Just gonna have a suss of this plug real quick. Give him a quick clean if he needs it. A bit sooty, possibly a little bit oily. Give them a clean, but it's not like it's chugging out litres of oil either, it's just fairly dry, so we'll give it a quick wire brush and put him back in. Rightio. Warm her up, change the oil. let's do this single-handed. Don't spill it. A little bit of metal in that. All in all, we'll take it for another test. There's no knocking. I'll just sell it as a cheap used mower. Or I'll just use it. It doesn't bother me. A lot of sludge came out of that. That was brand new oil I put in, and the sump was dead dry, so it's sort of to be expected, I suppose. Right, filled him back up, taking him for another run. So this one is pretty well. Back onto this Honda here. We've got the throttle set on choke at the moment, and the butterfly's only maybe a third of the way closed, so I'm going to go for some adjustment up at the top here. I have got a new cable ordered, but in the meantime, just see if we can get this one sorted. So I'm going to use the adjustment at the top here. We've got a little bit, but inevitably the cable is pretty much stretched and had it, so I'll get that adjusted up, warm him up, and do an oil change and see what else needs doing on it. Let's dump some oil. I mean, the oil's dark. There is a tiny sort of resemblance of some sort of metal flake in there, but it's still running good, so put some fresh stuff in and see how it goes. Blades are pretty reasonable. We'll leave them alone for today. Righto, with a Honda, when you check the oil level, you don't screw the thing in. It's pretty much on the full mark, maybe a smidge over. Pull that plug, clean it, and I think she's ready to go and hit a lawn for a bit of a test run. Not bad. So I'll quickly remove the carb, drop the bowl off it, because I noticed when you started him up, still had that bit of rough running about it. Now, ignore the dirt, because that was just in this container. But in the bottom, there's a nice big glob of water. So that would explain our rough running. Once it warmed up, it ran really well, so I might just quickly drop that jet out while we're here. Make sure it's clear and the little tube above it, and slap him back on. And just draining out the rest of the tank now. Not seeing anything. This mower did live outside for quite a long time, so there's a good chance there was just a bit of water sitting in the bottom of the tank. Remember, there's no fuel hose on there, so it's come from somewhere anyway. Got him loaded back up in the car. Ran relatively well. Catcher filled up nicely. Catcher didn't fall off. Something's still not quite right with it, so I'm going to go into some valve adjustment, probably off camera, and just little things. Once you use something, you sort of work out what else you've got to fix. So the starter rope's hanging up a little bit. The spring might just need a little bit of cleaning or lube on it. Can't remember what the starter's like on these ones. I know it's held down by 3 bolts, but you might be able to service it. And looks like we've got, that's quite possibly from when I tipped it over to change the oil. So I'm not too worried about that. But just little annoying pieces. I'll just continue using it until I'm happy with it, and then it can move on to its new home. All in all, pretty happy. Thanks for watching.